Hello, and welcome to Policymakers, a podcast wherein I, Senan L Waldron, and my good friend Sean Sheridan will put forward policies one at a time in the hope of alleviating some of today's biggest political problems. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to Policymakers, a weekly podcast between, my good friend Senan Waldron.
Hello, I'm Senan Waldron.
And my good self, Sean Sheridan. Each week, two completely politically ignorant individuals such as ourselves.
We're certainly not college educated.
Absolutely
in the field,
not,
for sure.
But nevertheless, we will be tackling deep social issues that affect this country and coming up with initiatives in order to combat these ills.
Yeah, I think we're the ones that could do it. I think we could solve this whole crisis.
Well,
sort this mess out.
I'm hoping to inspire.
Inspire.
I'm not sure if any of these ideas should ever really be taken.
Yeah,
if they should ever become public policy. But I think if we can get people can listen to us and go, Jesus Christ, I can do better than that.
I think if we can get one policy in, that's my goal at the end of the show. One policy.
Yeah. How long have we got a time frame on this one?
Well, I imagine we're probably going to do a run of like 51 episodes a year kind of thing. So if I could get like one policy a year in, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I reckon if I could do that, if I could just get one policy, it doesn't matter which one.
Yeah.
I'm not biased, I'm not policy biased. I don't see colours.
Although I'm sure from the policies you've already come up with, you've got a few favourites.
Yeah, I've got a few favourites so far, yeah.
Okay. Well,
you can't see it now, but I'm stroking my lustrous beard.
Absolutely.
My political beard, as I call it.
He was clean shaven this morning. I told him we were doing this, and he grew the beard.
Yeah, it was long all day.
So how, before we start, how the devil have you been this week, Sam?
I've been very good this week, Sean Sheridan. This week I've had what I described as the best week I've had without actually having any fun.
I'm not sure I follow.
I got a lot of things sorted. I got on the job bridge. I got talking to some barbers. I was doing lots of like things that are efficient.
Yeah,
like I filled out the tax for the car, and got the NCT booked.
Things that will benefit you in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. All these things that are really uninteresting that have to be done.
I get you.
So at the end of the week on the Friday, I was I was happy because I was like looking through my list of the week. I was like, oh, I've done all this, but at the same time, I was like, I've done nothing though. I've done nothing interesting. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
That's okay. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing other things as well. Played a lot of computer games.
The best thing that happened to me this week,
research.
Yeah,
that's what I was doing. Research.
Best thing that happened to me this week. Came right out of the blue. Actually.
Yeah.
About Wednesday at about like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock sort of time.
Okay.
And I was just, I was in the house. I just got back into the house. I was just about to check my Facebook and stuff like that, and I just got a knock on the door. So go up, open up the door, and there's this guy. I'd say he's about like 5'6", 5'7", something like that. Long sort of greyish black hair, and it's like, I just want you to know, the Lord is coming. Judgment is coming.
This is a good start here.
All right, bye. And he just walked off.
Well, that was very nice. Yeah.
And I closed up the door, and I was thinking, Jesus, it's pretty odd you get a harbinger of doom in a North Galway estate.
Yeah, that was very polite as well. Yeah, he was very to the point.
He was very polite in
that.
The end is nigh sort of stuff.
I like those very direct, crazy people who are, they don't draw you in with the toothpaste that's reading my mind kind of stuff. They just tell you, hey, you know what? Yeah. Where's the mind? Yeah. He's coming back. He's on the way back, man. Get your CD.
I was just thinking, he's just going door to door.
Yeah.
So I open up the curtains in the front window, and he wasn't going door to door. He'd gone.
Just straight to you.
Went straight to my house.
That's weird.
Yeah. So
that's very strange.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this all week. It's been playing on my mind.
Do you think you're the second coming of Christ?
It could well be that.
Could very well be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it is, though.
Probably not.
No.
Jesus was, I don't
think you're far too skinny to be Jesus. Too slight is your problem.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I am very slight.
You just don't have the glutes.
Yeah.
Jesus had great glutes.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. And,
remember the miracle of the bench press on the hill?
Jesus' last miracle, ripping the crucifix, ripping the cross in half, real American style.
I give you the power of Christ. The power of Christ was actually an awesome suplex.
So, we're about 3 or 4 minutes into our first episode, and we've managed to offend Catholics and wrestling fans.
Yeah,
two very disparate groups. So,
I think if we
we're on a roll.
If we could insult two random people, next week we should go for, I don't know, right-wing Christians and cattle farmers. If we can make something like that,
there's a bit of crossover there.
I reckon there is, yeah. Hey, there's a lot of Christ lovers out there who love wrestling as well. You know what I mean?
I've never met one.
Just going to the right meetings. Maybe you should follow your man to the meetings. The hairy Doombringer.
Oh yeah.
Invite him along.
No, it was weird.
Harry Doombringer. That's our metal band right there.
No, it's weird because when he told me Judgment Day was coming, I wanted to tell him that WWF haven't had that on their pay-per-view schedule since 2009.
Yeah,
but he was gone before I had the chance.
Maybe you should check your emails.
I really should
check your subscription newsletter, because maybe the new Judgment Day is coming. Maybe that's some sort of weird direct advertising.
Yeah,
Hobertising.
It could be a new Undertaker DVD that they're bringing out.
Could be, yeah. And how else better to set it than door to door?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a new marketing strategy.
Yeah, you could have missed out on a real opportunity there, Sean.
Yeah.
Instead, you just went to church.
Yeah, I've been reading holy books since that happened.
How's that worked out for you?
It's been weird, actually.
Not so much wrestling.
No, it's
not so much wrestling in Genesis.
I was reading Old Testament stuff, and there was bits in it where I was just thinking this would make a really great over the top action movie. Yeah. I mean, there are parts of the Old Testament that read like Crank.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Sean. I think Hollywood has copped onto that, the old biblical epic. I think they know that one. I think they know that trick.
I'm not saying
sure they could have. I'm not sure. I think there was a movie about all that.
There's been a few. I grant you, but they've all been super serious. I am Moses, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. I have talked to the burning bush. All that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah. I saw a big rock.
Yeah. But instead, I want it to be written and directed by the guys who did Crank. You know that story where Samson beats 90 guys to death with the jawbone of a donkey.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, that was... I do like the way that...
because that's just excessively violent.
Because I remember reading the Bible when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Or, learning it in religious class, whatever like that. And that was fine. And then we're all Catholic, so you read the Bible at some stage in life, and you completely forget about it.
Yeah.
Even though it's a trillion words, you still just forget about it right away. And then, when people who aren't Christian that you meet...
Yeah.
Say someone who's, Jewish or Hindu or whatever, agnostic... What they do is they tell you a piece of the Bible that you forgot was in there.
Yeah.
That when you read it, we're just like, oh, that's fine. But when you look back on it, it's completely insane.
Yeah.
The bit of Jonah and the whale?
Yeah.
That whole story. I was trying to explain that to a friend of mine over in England. He's Jewish, nice guy. But he was couldn't understand what the point of the story was. And I said, well, Jonah went to this city, and he's banished from the city, and then he was in the waves, and they threw him in the ocean, and a whale ate him.
Yeah.
And covered him in seaweed.
Yeah.
And then something happened, and he went back to the city, and God forgave them all.
Yeah, see, that would make a great Crank-style movie, right?
Yeah, that would.
You change just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
He arrives in the city, everyone thinks, it's fuck off you.
Get out of here, Joni, you bugger.
And, they just tie him up and throw him in the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
And he gets eaten by a whale, and that's when he
that's when he gets his revenge. Yeah, exactly. Revenge movie.
And he's doing, the training montage inside the whale. And,
we could do a whole series of movies with Jason Statham.
Exactly, yeah. Jason Statham
is Moses.
Jason
Statham is Jebediah. Yeah, that'd be great.
Time Life movies.
Yeah. Just Jebediah. Just Jason Statham. Jebediah. Jason Statham. Just
Jebediah Statham.
Jason Statham. All right, I'll call Hollywood.
Yeah,
I'll get Hollywood. I'll talk to Universal.
Well, you know how you're saying you wanted to offend right-wing Christians next episode.
I think we're cleaning up house here. I think we're stocking up, right?
We're ahead. We're ahead of the curve.
Yeah. So have we explained what the show is?
No.
Are we getting to the first policy?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll go for your policies first. Well,
okay, yeah. So yeah, this week we're given the obesity crisis.
The obesity crisis is a very important issue, and
very important issue, extremely important. There's a lot of chubbies out there. Like.
Yeah, it's becoming a major health issue in this country.
Yeah, it's becoming a real hassle to get on the bus. All the fat people, the obesity. I imagine that's the main problem at the moment with it, right?
Not exactly. Not exactly.
No, okay.
We're talking more about the issues that being overweight is very unhealthy, and
it's hard to get
and it's
go to the cinema, getting cabs and lifts, stuff like that. Yeah. No, I could dig it. That's what I went for. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the idea is that we come up with policies that could solve
the
obesity crisis.
Exactly.
Now, this week, unusually for me, as opposed to all the other weeks, I've actually written 2 policies.
Go ahead.
So I think I'll start with one anyway.
Please do.
I'll do one and then you could do the other one.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like a policy, right? That sounds like...
All right, sure.
And as you can see, I've done my research.
Yeah.
I hope everyone can hear that. That's literally...
do it next to the mic.
Do it next to the mic. Look, that's literally pages of research there. Page of research, sorry. Okay, so my first one is called the cal counter.
The cal counter.
Yeah. And it's pretty simple. Average human being, I understand the average male is to take on, is it 2,500 calories?
2,500 calories
2,500 calories a day. So, I've put a limit on it, that it's only 3,000 calories a day.
Okay.
So, that's like 500 extra calories. Which is enough, because it means you could have, your milkshake or, whatever. It's fair.
Yeah,
it's fair,
it's
what I mean?
It's fair.
But you can't go with 3,000. If you do, you just get killed. Now, the way we'd mark all this would be with these wristbands that you would wear.
Sorry.
And they would change colour.
Could you repeat that?
The wristbands that
No.
you put on
The bit before that. What happens when they go over 3,000?
Well, no, everyone's limited to 3,000 calories a day.
Okay.
Because, we're not monsters.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You're allowed a bit of dessert, you know what I mean? But I reckon 3,000 calories, that's a pretty healthy human being.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit overweight, maybe a bit taller. But I think 3,000 is enough. Yeah, and if you go over that, you get killed. So you wear these rubber bands, and they're called cal counters. And the idea is that they'll change from colours. So green is on a normal day, and then maybe 2,500 calories, it goes to yellow, and then to red. If you go over the calorie count.
For danger.
For danger, yeah, exactly. If you're at 9,900, the little red thing will come on and you go, oh, I better stop. Although, I might make that the yellow one, and then the red one will be after 3,000 calories.
Okay. And then when it just starts blinking.
Yeah, it will start blinking. Like you could see, this would be great for the podcast, but you can see my watch has a disco mode.
Yes.
Yeah, so the watches would have a disco mode, and they'd flash. And then that person would be taken out and shot. So I already went out and bought ccounter.com.
Okay.
Because I think .ie, I should say, because, .org.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a nice... handy reference for... It'd be easy for people to find out rather than getting information packs and all the rest of it. You just go online and check your counts through the week, see if you're losing weight or gaining weight or what the story is.
Okay.
And of course, all your watches will be hooked up to the website as well. Wi-Fi.
I've 2 questions here.
Don't worry, I've already got ccounter.com and ccounter.ie. I have both those websites.
Okay,
so that's taken care of.
That's taken care of.
That's one thing done.
But okay,
one problem solved.
I have two questions here. One's a practical one, and the other is a moral question.
Okay, right.
First off, if the person...
A bit early, but
if
it's not really question time, but I'll answer a couple. Okay, yeah.
If the person goes over 3,000, like just slightly, and then in the course of running from the hit squad, you put after the...
Oh, you lose?
You burn enough
it's
calories.
all about intake. It's just about intake.
It's just about intake.
It's just about intake, yeah.
So once you're over 3,000, there's nothing you can do.
No, the watcher will click onto disco mode, and you'll be killed.
You'll be hunted down.
Well, you'll be killed. You'll be politely asked to leave, and you'll be killed. It will only be for men between 15 to 75.
Oh, okay.
Women will be excluded up to, say, 25.
Okay.
Because, all dudes will be strong and handsome now because they'll all be getting, whatever amount of calories a day. So they'll be fit and slim, and so natural selection will weed out the fatties for us. And of course, at 65, you could just, Live your life, that's fine. Like, if you paid enough tax to get to retirement age,
Yeah.
then you deserve a cream cake. Go for it, go mad. Go mad.
I can't argue with that aspect of the policy.
Of course, by that stage, I imagine you'd be ingrained in your ways. You'd be used to taking on that many calories.
True, and you'd be sticking to broccoli and things like that. And
yeah. So it's kind of a knock-on effect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there'd be no limit on it once you go over 65.
Yeah.
Which is good.
So, like, once you turn 65, like, say, every Pizza Hut in the country would market exclusively to
retirement parties and things like
OAPs.
that. Yeah, the idea would be to revitalise our tourist industry, because what do you want to do after 50 years of just eating less than 2,000 calories? You want to gorge a bit.
Okay.
65 now, not going to have much of a chance to gorge a bit. I'm not a monster, Sean. I will let the people gorge at age 65. And women up to 25 could do whatever they want as well.
Okay.
Good for the GEA as well. Keep a young lad slim and trim looking.
Probably wouldn't be great for camogie.
No. Although, some fine blokes and women play camogie already. That's terrible. I know, that was unnecessary, wasn't it? It was too much. I love camogie players. I want to say the camogie players are...
Where would your love life be without them?
Where would my love life be? It'd be about 14 stone lighter. No, I'm joking. No, I'm kidding. Sean, why would you say that? That's not fair. That's not fair. Camogie players are grand.
So that's episode 3 out of the way.
That's
where you
episode
insult camogie players.
Now, the major problem,
Okay.
which I imagine you've picked up on Cal Counters.
Yeah.
You've gone through most of the principle, and I'm willing to leave it open for questions.
Yeah.
Big problem we have with this.
Okay.
Reason why it'd be unpopular, we probably would end up increasing the VAT to pay for this. To pay for the watches. Maybe over the freeze of 2 years, say.
That wasn't
That would not be very popular, but
yeah.
once people see the effects, once people see how skinny and lovely Ireland would look,
that's not really the main sticking point with this policy, though.
You think I should increase it to 18 to 65?
No, I think it's more the being
the
hunted
women.
down.
It's unfair, isn't it? Because the women,
because
they up to 25, they'll do whatever they want.
Don't make this
don't
make this into a feminist issue.
Oh, okay, I was just
you're
the one with the problem.
My problem is that you're going to be hunting and killing people.
Well, we won't hunt these people down. First off, we won't have to hunt these people down.
Okay.
They'll all be fat and they'll all be, heavy from the meal they just had. That's over 3,000 calories.
Yeah. They'll just be having the pizza sweats sitting on the couch and you just
whatever.
Tap them on the shoulder.
Just excuse me, sir. Can we just talk to you here? Into the van, bang, off they go. And the plan here is also, I must mention, quickly. I know it's going to be a question that's going to come up: is who are we going to get to do all these shooting? Where are we going to get all these guns and things like that? But it's all right, because what we'll do is we'll take one army car from the deliveries of the secure vans.
Yeah.
There's 2 vans there, so one of those would be just for culling the fatties.
Oh.
And that way we'll have jobs for people, and we'll be able to hire more people, perhaps get the FCA involved and have a cross-community programme, help young locals get, a bit of training, a bit of training.
It's still culling.
Mm. Yeah. I guess you could look at it like that. It's not the way that I saw it. I mean, it seems perfectly fair. I mean, how many calories have you eaten today?
Can't say I know for sure, but I would imagine.
But you would say
in the
less
region of about 15,000.
15,000,
or 1,500. Sorry,
1,500.
15,000's a bit excessive.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's like eating a train's worth of bacon. That's a lot of food. You're a skinny guy. You can't eat that up.
There's a lot there for me. 15,000.
I'm on 5 family buckets. Your KFC might get put out of business.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also forgot to mention as well that bank holidays.
Yeah.
Which is, whatever, the 1st of June, isn't it? And Paddy's Day. And,
yeah.
We won't have the soldiers doing it.
Yeah.
We'd get the local GAA referees to do it. And that way it kind of be a bit of a lax day for everyone. It'd be like, going out at 15 pints, you think it'd be going off, and sure, Paddy, you shouldn't be drinking so much. Yeah, you put on the calories and let you off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be legal, but it wouldn't be illegal. You know what I mean? The guards would be understanding about it.
I see what you're...
We'll have to increase VAT, though.
How much would you have to increase?
Oh, at least, let's say 2%, yeah.
Oh,
2% increase.
There would be a serious pushback against
there
that.
might be people against that.
Yeah.
But like I said, a lot of people are probably overweight. And like I said, honestly, by the end of the first week, we could pretty much forget about the obesity crisis.
That would be sort of like the night of the long knives over the course of a week.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
not familiar with that. Is that some sort of
where
wrestling thing, or
where Hitler just culled a whole bunch of people over the course of like one night?
Hitler, was he the guy? Didn't he have a rivalry with Triple H?
No,
in, like,
no,
98?
no. That's Chris Jericho you're thinking of.
Yeah, the walls of Hitler. No, that is Chris Jericho. That's Chris
Yeah.
Jericho. You're right. Huh, yeah, I've never heard of this Hitler guy. But, I think it's a pretty good and effective system, you know what I mean? I mean, we could have it all set up by the end of the year. We already have ccounter.com.
Yeah.
.ie and .org. So
Yeah.
that's that.
Okay.
I know that's what you're worried about, but
Yeah.
that's that
Okay.
covered.
Okay. I have to say I'm not sure I can get on board with this.
Really?
I don't think I'll be.
You're not
going
going to back in this policy?
No,
I haven't convinced you?
I'm not going to back this policy. This is a policy that I find very.
Sean, I know you're very worried about
morally
it.
objectionable.
I know you're worried about, all the rest of it, but I think people won't be too angry with a 2% increase in their VAT. I think that would be fine. I think people could live with it if, they get something out of it. But skinnier, happier, healthier Ireland.
But Senan, no, it's once again, you're focusing on entirely the wrong part of this.
Ccounter.com, I mentioned that I already have ccounter.com.ie and .org.
Yes, you've mentioned
So we
that,
have those locked down for the year.
Yeah. So you're going to want to do this in the next year, within the next calendar year.
Yeah, next couple of months, couple of weeks.
I don't think.
Wait, how long would it take to post all of these watches out to everyone?
I have to ask, how are you going to promote this to the public? Because I can't imagine a slogan good enough to make people think a cull is a good idea.
It's not really my job to sell it, though, is it? Oh, hang on a second.
Yeah.
It's exactly my job to sell it. That's exactly why I'm here today.
That's why
you're that's a good point. Okay, well, we'll sell it like they sell the, what do you call it, the iPod.
Okay.
The iChap.
Yeah.
The C chap.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call it. C-pod.
Yeah.
The C-pod sounds wrong, doesn't it?
So if you...
But, yeah, so, we'll sell it like that, it's totally cool and exclusive. You have to get on calcounter.com, because if you don't, you're totally sad. We'll give free watches to, the news presenters, and I'll all wear them. Yeah. See, the interesting thing is, because we could give these cal counters to celebrities, they already don't eat 3,000 calories a day. So they'll be safe, and they'll promote it for us. That's all we have to do.
Okay. But...
I mean, there's no famous fat people.
There's loads of famous fat people.
Are you talking about Hitler again?
No.
I don't know who Hitler is. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know, he's not nice. But yeah, I don't know any fat people. Dr. Roz, he's not fat.
True. Orson Welles is fat. John Goodman.
No, John Goodman.
No.
Vince Vaughn's pretty skinny.
That's true.
Luke Wilson.
Once again, I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't get behind this.
Can't get behind this.
I find it morally objectionable.
I think it's a very good principle, very good sound system.
And the expense is too much. The culling of citizens is questionable. It's iffy, both politically and morally. I can't see it taking on. I
see what you're saying. It's the VAT. It's too much, isn't it?
Yeah. So any other ideas you'd like to?
Well, I got another one. Pretty simple.
Okay.
Pretty basic stuff. Now, what's the biggest fear? What's the biggest thing we're afraid of like kids? I mean, you have 6, 7 kids now, right?
Last time I checked, yes.
Yeah. Well, I myself with my 2 beautiful daughters.
Yeah.
Emily and Emila.
Yeah. Make a lovely breakfast.
Beautiful breakfast.
Yeah.
Just know how to do the pancake right. Biggest fear for our kids nowadays is obviously, I mean, we all know it, it's the internet.
Yeah.
And it's everything that happens on the internet.
Yeah.
It's scary stuff out there. It's pretty terrifying. So my way is to stop the kids going to the internet, stop them getting too fat, is rather than having a meal, like, say, a chicken burger,
Okay.
or your quarter pounder, rather than eating that, you just eat a photograph, like a printed photograph of a burger. And you just eat that instead.
So you'd just be eating, like, paper?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Probably newspaper would probably be most productive. There's plenty of that around.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure some of the dyes, if you ingest them, they're poisonous, like printer inks and
No, we could just use...
or at least they can make you very, very ill.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've been eating paper 2-3 times a day every day, and I'm in wonderful shape. I mean, I'm not even 210 kilos.
I'm not sure from a biological perspective that this is such a good idea. Because,
Fleet Street's dying, Sean. It's not being able to catch up with the internet, which we all know is terrifying.
Yes.
And is pure evil.
Yes.
So I think that this could save the paper industry, as well as saving a lot of calories on our kids. Healthy eating. And informative.
Well, just because it's low calorie doesn't necessarily make it healthy. I mean, how is the human body supposed to process that much paper? The human body hasn't evolved to process paper.
I mean, I've been eating newspapers 2-3 times a day for the last year or so, and I'm perfectly fine.
No,
as you can see, I'm a healthy 210 odd kilos.
Yeah.
5'4".
Can I ask you something? And I just want you to know under normal circumstances,
used the bathroom in about 4 months.
I was just about to ask. It was 4 months.
About 4 months, yeah. I don't miss it. You get a lot more done. And you can sit there and you can do your work on the, you can read the newspaper and eat the newspaper. Get a bill, pay the bill, eat the bill.
But aren't you worried when that dam eventually breaks? What might happen to you?
No, it's not really worried me that much.
Really?
I don't understand what you mean by the dam breaking. So you're saying that... But isn't that what happens? That's usually what happens, though, right? You just eat something and it just stays in there for like ever.
No, that's not how it works.
Until it vanishes, until you use up all the nutrients. So sorry.
That's not how it works at all.
No.
There's waste byproducts and things. The human body is not set up to digest paper. I'm
sorry, Sean. I disagree. I disagree here. I think maybe if we got a doctor in here,
grains.
He might disagree with you. I don't think that's. I don't see any scientific evidence for that. I think we can eat papers all we want. Like I said,
So just because there hasn't been a scientific paper that specifically says you're not allowed to eat paper.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, what makes you think that, someone was trying to cover that up and ate the paper?
That's never occurred to me. Yeah, maybe I'm being outsmarted. Maybe it is a cover-up.
Yeah.
But I've already bought the News of the World for £50 million. So if we could just get, everyone that have 2 or 3 newspapers a day in their house.
And I know this is the first...
Brilliant.
I know this is the first time we're doing this and everything, but if you have a business interest here, you need to recuse yourself. You need to state that up front. That.
Well, I mean...
the fact that
what's
that
a £50 million newspaper between friends?
The fact that you just bought the News of the World would kind of make us think you might be in this for yourself.
I heard it was an up-and-coming market. I heard the newspapers are coming back. Kids are afraid of the internet.
That's the very opposite of an up-and-coming market.
Yeah, isn't that what they say? Buy high, sell low?
No, that's not what they say.
I've done myself in, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've also written here, Jamie Oliver could fuck off. And
I think that's the best policy. That's the policy that so far everyone can get behind.
I think that's the one I'm getting behind, yeah.
Yeah, so Jamie Oliver can fuck off. So you're 1 for 3.
I'm 1 for 3. I'll take that very much. Yeah, if we can get that policy brought through, that Jamie Oliver could fuck off.
Okay, and time now for the ad break questionarium. The question is, how much paper would a man conceivably eat 3 meals a day for a year? We'll be back right after the break.
Hi, I'm Senan Waldron, and you may recognise my voice from this podcast that you're listening to. Just a quick advert to let you know that on Tuesday nights from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, I'm on my own radio show called The Rock Face on CRC FM. So that's Tuesday nights from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Check it out, crcfm.ie. Now, back to the policies.
Welcome back to the second half of the show. The answer to our ad break questionarium is unknown because we looked it up on Google and no one on the internet has ever tried that.
No, not even.
So, I mean, this is going out on the internet, so internet, make it
answer us back, man. Tell us how much...
How much paper would be in the human system after eating it 3 meals a day for a year?
Yeah. See how well... You'd probably be dead, right?
Probably.
Probably be dead, I reckon. You'd probably be dead. Well, I'm alright, though.
Yeah, but we'd have an answer.
Yeah, that's true. It's all about the answers.
Or at least
we're about answering questions here on this
Or at
show.
least we'd know how much paper it would take to kill a person.
Yeah, exactly. One or the other.
One or the other,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sean, you didn't like my policies.
Yeah.
You seem to think they were too extreme.
Yeah.
Too volatile.
Mine are a bit more low-key, a bit more toned down.
A little bit more subtle, is that it?
A little bit more subtle.
So tell me, Sean Sheridan,
yeah.
Mr. Genius,
okay,
Mr. Counterpoint,
yeah.
What would you do to alleviate the obesity crisis?
Well, not only have I come up with a foolproof plan to solve the obesity crisis.
Yeah.
It is, over the course of about 10 years, it will be budget positive.
Budget positive?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, after 10 years, not only will the initial expense be covered, but we will be turning a profit from it.
That's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good. That's a very good start.
It's
let's see if we can follow up with a good policy.
Our policy is called A Dream for a Better Tomorrow.
Dream for a better tomorrow.
Yes.
That's very good. I like that a lot.
And it's
Get that on t-shirts now. That'd be fantastic.
It's a two-pronged root and stem approach to the problem of obesity. Mm-hmm. You know, for the branch, we're going to institute a policy where the parents of children who bully the fat kid in school will be given tax breaks. Yeah.
So if your kid is making fun of the fat kid, you get like 10% off on your
VAT or something.
Your VAT or your fags, petrol, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And basically,
the first prong of
we want to do what we want to do is we want to make it socially unacceptable, shall we say?
Yeah.
To be a little overweight.
What would you say is a little bit overweight?
Well, you see, the thing is, the plan is that from kids from the age of 4 to the age of 12 will just be bullied constantly.
Just relentlessly bullied.
And the only way to escape this is to lose the weight.
Right.
Now, say if there were, 5 fat kids in the school.
Yeah.
And the fattest one loses a bit of weight and becomes the second fattest one.
Yeah. Then before has to lose all the weight because he gets relentlessly bullied.
Yeah, because exactly.
So it's sort of like a self-replicating system. Then. Yeah.
And
because everyone likes tax breaks,
like and whoever lost that weight, they get treated, like a human being for a while.
Yeah. It's nice to be treated like a human being.
And we figured that they'll enjoy that so much that they'll just think, oh, I'll keep doing this, and
right. So you'll ingrain it into them when they're younger.
Yeah,
I see. Yeah.
However, that's the plan from 4 to 12.
Right. That's the first prong.
Yeah. And the second part of the plan is if you've reached the age of 12 and you still qualify as obese in the BMI, what we will do is take you and put you in a government training facility.
Right.
Where, it's sort of like a government fat camp, where they do calisthenics, strength training,
like
endurance
a
training.
fat camp.
Yeah, okay. And, small arms maintenance and usage.
Right, okay, wait. Now, you said they do calisthenics?
Yeah.
Some sort of cardio exercise?
Yeah, a lot of aerobic exercise.
Right, and then small arms fire?
Yeah, and strength and training and endurance as well, because,
I'm sure. That's the obvious. That goes with cross training.
Well, of course, yes.
You said small arms?
Small arms, yes.
And weapons?
Yes.
Right. So 12-year-olds will be...
Yeah, and basic military tactics.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very wise to me.
How's that a problem?
Well, it's not usually a good idea to give a 12-year-old a gun?
You're
when it's defranchised and kicked out of his.
You're probably thinking.
home.
You're probably thinking. That if we give them guns, they'll get ideas above their station. Things like that. See, we figured that out already. As soon as they're put into this training facility, they will be attached with a medium-grade shock collar.
A shock collar?
A shock collar.
A shock collar, like an electric shock collar?
Yeah, an electric shock collar.
What, like a dog has?
No, not like a dog has.
Right.
They'd be made out of metal.
Right, yeah, so like, like
just
a choker that would be electrocuted when they go too far outside of the fence?
It's not. Well, yes, there are. It is attached to a sensor
Right.
system, but it's also the people running the thing. If they start, acting up or anything, they can just. Buzz
They can just buzz them, buzz the metal collars, and electrocute the fat kids.
Yeah, like say that they're, they're going through that they're crawling through a bit of a bog with an AK-47 on their back, and they see a bit of cake. And they just start reaching for the cake. It's like, no.
That's that. See, there's a lot of problems with that. Not least of all, why do they have AK-47s on their back?
Small arms training.
Right. Okay. So it's gonna. Why don't you continue and tell me more about this plan? And I'll tell you why you're wrong later, because there is literally hundreds of reasons why you're wrong.
But see, here's where it becomes, budget positive.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
This
costs us a lot of money.
Yeah,
so
this will cost a lot of money over, in the initial stages, over the first 5 to 6 years.
In the setup,
this will cost a bit of money.
Okay.
But after that, it will start to make money. It will start to cover its own costs and make some money for the state on top of that.
Now, how is this? Explain to me how this is going to become.
Because
this better be marvelous.
They get brought in when they're 12 years old, and they're given 6 years. It's a 6-year program. So and then when they turn 18,
like leaving cert.
Yeah, like the leaving cert.
Yeah.
And when they turn 18, we start hiring them out to different countries and entities.
Like a mercenary force of some kind.
Well, mercenary is a bit harsh. They're not independent contractors. They work for us.
Right. Yeah, but they're essentially Irish mercenaries.
Well, see, it's semantics you're getting into now. I suppose. Technically, you could call them soldiers of fortune.
Soldiers of fortune, exactly is what I would call them. Yeah.
But mercenaries, they usually broker their own deals, and we'll be doing that for them.
Right. Okay. So we'll be managers to a force of formerly obese children.
Yes.
Right.
But after 6 years of military grade training,
we'll start renting them out.
They will be. Okay. They won't be obese anymore.
Well, I tell you what, Sean Sheridan, I'm going to back this policy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to back this policy because, to be quite frank, it raises a phenomenal host of problems and questions and lots of moral ambiguity.
I don't see any problems here. I
mean, the idea is giving small children who are hungry weapons next to cake. The shock collars are phenomenally humane, and I don't have any idea how I stand with the idea of renting out our future children and weaponized children to other foreign nations.
Well, it won't just be to foreign nations. It would be to drug cartels. And things
right,
of that
private
nature
organizations too.
Private organizations.
Right, yeah. No, but I tell you something. I'm going to back it because there's certainly no obesity.
Exactly.
I'll give you something. I cannot deny that those children will no longer be obese.
And as well as that, it would pay for itself.
And it would pay for itself. It would be budget
positive.
Positive.
According to Soldier of Fortune magazine,
the
minimum a mercenary can take per job is roughly $10,000.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of fat kids out there. Yeah, I mean, we could have tens of thousands of fat children.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to support it, even though it goes against my every moral and political being within me is dying and crying out.
See,
it gets rid of the obesity crisis. It solves the obesity crisis. I don't know what else to say.
I hate I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I think it was a compelling argument.
I think it was very well put together. Yeah. It was very, it was the research that did it for me. You know what I mean? It was the research that really got it down. Yeah, no, because...
No, I've got charts here and everything.
It would get rid of obesity.
I thought we were filming this, so I brought some charts.
Yeah, you brought a lot of... I mean, I don't think you need 2 projectors with the notepad and everything. I mean, I think that's a bit too much.
No, dude, check this out. You see the one where I have the obesity stats in 3D and stuff, right?
Pretty graph, very pretty.
If I push this button, right, turns into an elephant.
Wow, that's pretty useless. That's very impressive. Does it turn back?
What?
Does it turn back into a
No.
board? It's the elephant now meowing away.
It's a one-way thing.
Ah, right. So now we have an elephant in the office.
Yeah. So anyways.
So, yeah, well, I guess we'll just live with this elephant, I guess, from now on.
Yeah. If anything, that could be our poster for the obesity.
I think there's already a political party that has an elephant as
No one wants an elephant in the room.
Yeah, nobody wants an elephant in the room.
That can be the catchphrase.
That can be the catchphrase. Yeah. Put that on the t-shirts right
exactly.
there. Yeah. Calcounters.com. Nobody wants an elephant in the room. That's pretty good. I like that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's our show.
I think that's about the end of the show. I have a couple of notes here, though. I do actually have a couple of notes. Just quickly before we leave. Chubby snipers. Any help with that?
Chubby snipers.
Yeah, I just wrote that down. Not exactly what that means.
Well, that's actually the name of one of our battalions.
Oh, the Chubby Snipers.
Yeah.
Oh, the Chubby Snipers 506. Yeah, I hired them the last day for my sister's wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a bloodbath. And carry some vomit as well. I'm not exactly sure what that plan is or how that works.
Just carry some vomit in your pocket.
Carry some vomit around.
Just like around your neck or something.
Well, I imagine if you've got a little mustard jar, you know, those little small, maybe 2-inch wide, 3-inch high jars. Yeah, just put it on the keychain. Just carry that around with you.
So you'd smell of vomit all day.
I don't know what I had that written down.
Oh, okay.
I had all this written down. Yeah. Everything I've said from the start up until this point, I've had written down until.
Oh, okay.
Until carry some vomit. That's when
I've had nothing written down.
Really, I had a very extensive script.
So Annie,
you brought the projector and now the elephant and all that. Yeah. Like, you know, it's.
Well, what else have you got there?
I got National Fat Camp Service.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, there was a bit of crossover.
There was a bit of crossover there, and all stairs and ramps become treadmills.
I like that.
It's good, right?
I like that.
I think that'd be very good for the places like, you know, the tube.
Yeah.
Or tall buildings, because you've got to go up twice as many stairs. You know.
Yeah, that works.
That works, right? Maybe if like
so they have to go up the down escalator.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So maybe if you get in a lift.
Yeah.
This is a good one. I like this one. If you get in a lift, rather than have like a normal floor to the lift.
Yeah.
It just has a treadmill, and you have to run on the treadmill to make it go up the floors.
Oh, right.
So you've got to run like 4 stories up to make the treadmill run out to make the lift go up.
But lifts are very heavy. They take a lot of power to...
Well, that's, get people away from the lifts. A lot of power means, you lose weight.
It's a lot of running.
Getting a lot of running, yeah. Maybe we can check up the temperature as well. Like, knock it up to like 40 degrees. So imagine if you got on a lift and you got stuck in there between floors going... trying to move a 2-ton lift in 40 degree heat. This is a terrible policy. I knew we should have gone with the mercenaries.
So that's our show.
So that's the show this week. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
I have been your host, Sean Sirdeain, and that has been Senan Waldron. Senan, play us out.
You have been listening to Policymakers, a podcast written and produced by me, Senan Waldron, and Sean Sheridan. It was a Robot House production.
That can be the intro, actually.
That's a pretty poor intro. The news.
Down your chin and onto your chest.